Yo, what's up, Blackish fam? I hope all is well in the world or your corner of the world. We're continuing to get in some of the hip hop industry's most lyrically dense rappers, right? Rappers that, not mumble rappers, right? Rappers that have intelligence, have passion, right? They write their own rap. It's something that's worth dissecting. I'm talking about Toby Wigway, Nas, Ciroc, Black Thought, J. Cole, Joyner Lucas, and of course, Lupe Fiasco, right? Montana 300, right? One Take. Lupe, I'm from Chicago, right? I'm northwest, west side of Chicago, and so is Lupe Fiasco. And this is a cat that's as true to hip hop as they come. Kind of reminds me of Common, where a lot of guys don't realize that, when Common freestyles, he's talking about off the top of the dome, right? He's say off the top of the dome, coming home, freestyle, never won't. He's doing it. You could throw him a word, and he can rhyme that word into what he's doing. It's something that shows how versatile you are. And come on, when you're freestyling on Sway in the Morning, let me know if I'm mistaken, but I don't think you get to choose the beat. He has something called the Five Fingers of Death, where he chooses 5 beats, and you have to freestyle over this. Most artists in today's world, they come up with something that they wrote beforehand, and they have something that can go with different beats, right? Or they can change the tempo. Really excited to explore Lupe Fiasco. This is a freestyle on Sway in the Morning. It looks like this is from 2014, or at least it's when it was uploaded. Lupe Fiasco has been someone that's been somewhat low key over the last few years. We did do a reaction to that 100 Chicago's he did. We just got the conversation going with Lupe again. And shout out in the comments. Someone was like, I'd love to see something broken down, more Lupe Fiasco work. So, without further ado, let's get right to it.
Because the freestyle, I need groovy stuff. If I try and rock over that, it's gonna be whack.
You gonna kick a written or a freestyle?
I'm a freestyle. I don't know how to. When people say freestyle, I freestyle.
You go off the top of the
Yeah.
Top of the dome.
That's what it used to mean, right? That's old school. Let's do it.
This is live on
It
air.
is live.
A lot of people worry about their reputation, right? You only get so many shots to go somewhere with a platform like Sway in the Morning. Shout out, Sway's been in the game for a minute too. Well respected in hip hop, right? You risk your reputation, right? Think about a lot of mumble rappers. If they had to come up here, would they be able to hold their own? Would your favorite rapper be able to do it? I don't know.
Are we back? Zigga
Sway in the
down.
Morning, shade 4-5.
Left now.
Yes.
And nothing, I rappers. Yeah, like Methodist, Baptist. So I church how I work. You know my work. I search like MCs in the dirt, how I tempt these as I go berserk. And move curses, how it does it. And everybody want to know exactly what was it. Were you at the inauguration, Lupe? I don't know, that sounds faker than a toupee. The line was kind of whack, and it was kind of subtle, but I had to bubble up. She got a bubble, but I like looking, but
No, listen to what he said, though, right? He said, were you at, a lot of people hit him with, were you at the inauguration, Lupe? Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is before Donald Trump. Not that he would support Donald Trump and his presidency, but if I'm not mistaken, he had some words against Obama, right? Wasn't he really questioning what Obama was doing for the people? And Obama was from 2008 to 12, and then from 12 to 16. So this would have been during the second term of Obama's presidency. Run it back.
Morning, shade 4-5.
left now.
Yes.
And nothing, I rappers. Yeah, like Methodist, Baptist. So I church how I work. You know my work. I search like MCs in the dirt, how
I
I
gotta put my thinking cap on.
tempt these as I go berserk. And move curses, how it does it. And everybody want to know exactly what was it. Were you at the inauguration, Lupe? I don't know, that sounds faker than a toupee. The line was kind of whack, and it was
Toupee is fake hair, right? That fake ass comb over. But a toupee specifically is a fake hairpiece that you put on top of your head. He said, man, that's faker than a toupee.
Lupe, I don't know, that sounds faker than a toupee. The line was kind of whack and it was kind of subtle, but I had to bubble up. She got a bubble, but I like looking, but I don't like hooking. I be in the crack spot cooking.
He said, yo, I like looking, but I don't like hooking, right? And, yo, it's catch and release, baby, right? And look at his hand, right? He said, yo, I'm a married man. Or maybe not, that's his right, not his left. But yo, he said, yo, I just look, right? Don't look, but don't touch, bro.
But I had to bubble up. She got a bubble, but I like looking, but I don't like hooking. I be in the crack spot cooking. Or was I? There may be room or two. I got a tumor too.
He said that might be room or two, right? Maybe I never did that. You would never know because it's just an image, right? It's hip hop. That could be my alter ego I'm talking about. I might know about something and be able to reference it because I saw it. Doesn't mean that I lived it personally or that I didn't experience it personally.
I be in the crack spot cooking. Or was I? There may be room or two. I got a tumor too. On the mission, introduce the young boy, West Side, Chi-Town, my town. Come through, you gotta buy that. Like Bow Wow. Yeah, that's dog, Snoop Dogg, whoop y'all, two balls. And as my truth comes better, I feel like this. I put it together like God put birds together with feathers and bones and beaks. That's how I do every time that I speak. So who flew?
And again, he's coming out the top of the dome, right? So it might not be. It's much harder to do, right? You can do it slow, but do it fast and do it to a beat. This is true talent. He might not be coming like a Black Thought or an Eminem. But keep in mind, someone like Black Thought has penned so many rhymes over his career. Think about how expansive his career is. Sometimes you reference something that you might have wrote for another project, and it can just play with the beat, right? For someone of his age, his caliber, his place in the game, doing this completely off the dome took a lot of balls.
Y'all, two balls. And as my truth comes better, I feel like this. I put it together like God put birds together with feathers and bones and beaks. That's how I do every time that I speak. So who flew the coop? It was Luke out the roof of the coupe with the top down. Maybe in the trunk though. Where the MC.
See how he flew? He put that together, right? He said, what did he say? God put birds together, right? Like feathers and bones and beaks. He said, I do that every time I speak, right? I put things together. And when he said, who flew the coop, right? The chicken's coop. He said, yo, it was Lupe out the roof of the coop, right? The coop, the two-door. He said, yo, with the top down, but maybe in the trunk, though, right? Because when you drive an exotic car like a Porsche, the trunk is in the front, not in the back. Listen to what he's saying. That's sick.
Birds together with feathers and bones and beaks. That's how I do every time that I speak. So who flew the coop? It was Luke out the roof of the coupe with the top down. Maybe in the trunk though, where the MCs was kicking that bump. So I had to come through and hit them with the jump. Now what's jump? Let's define that. Maybe it's when you rhyme like me, where you rhyme that. And maybe that fire, or maybe something higher, the temperature of the minister. Into you like integers, that's a negative, and ones and guns, I got plenty of them.
Integers are just numbers, right? Think of numbers on a number line. And he said integers, and he said, yo, that's a negative. Like, no, that's not true. But playing on negative numbers.
And with the jump, Now what's jump? Let's define that. Maybe it's when you rhyme like me, where you rhyme that. And maybe that fire, or maybe something higher, the temperature of the minister. Into you like integers, that's a negative, and ones and guns, I got plenty of them, but I'm cool, I'm calm.
He said about like ones and guns, still playing off integers and numbers, right? Now he could be talking about ones like dollar ones, right? And guns, but he said either way, I got a lot of them. Come on now.
That's a negative, and ones and guns, I got plenty of them, but I'm cool, I'm calm, I'm positive, but I knock a nigga head off with the llama kid, yeah. But
don't get it twisted on stuff from Chi-Town, motherfucker. Don't get it twisted.
Let's not provoke this. Try and do this. Rap styles, no smoke shit. Cause I don't believe in weed. I feel it holds you back. And whoever told you that was lying. Fire. Dying. I'm glad.
He said, I don't believe in weed because it holds you back. He said, nah, whoever told you that was lying, right? I get lifted.
It's rap styles, no smoke shit. Cause I don't believe in weed, I feel it holds you back. And whoever told you that was lying, fire, dying, flipping. I'm glad they put lean off the market, now you a target. Now let's hear them raps without that sir, homie. I'm talking to you, Tony. But who's Tony? Is it Montana, Mama, Fontana?
Is he talking about Tony? Is that 2 Chainz, bro? Nah. But listen to what he said. He said, I'm glad they took lean off the market, right? What's lean? That's that syrup, right? He said, took lean off the market. Now you're a target. Let's hear them raps without the syrup, homie, right? Let's say, how would your rapper, one of your favorite rappers that drinks that syrup, right? He's always twisted. How would those lyrics hold up when it's just lyrics, right? It's just an instrumental and you got a freestyle. One was argued that they couldn't hang, right?
Sir, homie, I'm talking to you, Tony. But who's Tony? Is it Montana,
Tony
Mama?
Montana, that's Scarface, right? That's a lot of people know Scarface.
Homie, I'm talking to you, Tony. But who's Tony? Is it Montana, Mama, Fontana, cheese on the cracker? I live it, wine, cheese, everything that I believe. Ramadan coming starts on June 28th. I get slim, get straight, and that's how we move weight. You see what's so fast.
Right, everybody talks about moving weight and they're talking about the drug game. He said, I move weight by Ramadan. Ramadan is a holiday where you fast, right? When you're fasting, you're not eating. You can eat something like a fig or something at night, but they don't eat any regular food. And a lot of people lose weight when they're fasting, right? He said, that's how we move weight, right? Ooh.
Slim, get straight, and that's how we move weight. You see what's so fast that you ain't even catch it. I bring it back, Ramadan, we don't eat, going ratchet. Like I'm working on a car. She love me like I'm working on her heart, but I be back there working.
I love how he played, I'll bring it back, Ramadan, so we don't eat. He said going ratchet, right? You might think of a hoe, like, man, that's a ratchet ass hoe, right? But he said ratchet, he said like I'm working on a car, and then rhymed it with working on a heart. And he's doing it just in front of you, just thinking, going off the dome, right?
She love me like I'm working on her heart, but I be back.
Are his eyes closed? I think his eyes are closed.
It's how we move weight. You see what's so fast that you ain't even catch it. I bring it back, Ramadan, we don't eat, going ratchet. Like I'm working on a car. She love me like I'm working on her heart, but I be back there working on the bars like it's Coyote Ugly on the stand. Man.
Coyote Ugly was a film, if I'm not mistaken, from the late 90s. Might have been the early 2000s. But this young girl, she's an artist, and she's trying to get her, but she's doing like what most artists or entertainers do. They're working at a bar while they're working on their goals, right? Away from home. And they're at this bar, Coyote Ugly, where the girls get on the tables and they're dancing on bars. And she makes a name for herself by actually getting up there and performing her music. And everybody falls in love with her music. It's a great movie, Coyote Ugly. But he's referencing the girls standing on the bars. But he said, I'll be back there working on the bars, like he's working on his lyrics. And he said, like it's Coyote Ugly on the stand. That's sick. And then just to play with it being ugly out there, right?
But I be back there working on the bars like it's Coyote Ugly on the stand. Man, break out the cam. You should film this, record this. At the Grammy Awards, they reward this. Because I do it with a porpoise, but not a porpoise, because that's like a whale, purpose, and that's like a
just a play on purpose with porpoise, right?
Because I do it with a porpoise, but not a porpoise, because that's like a whale, purpose, and that's like a tail, never fail. When I do it, when I lock my homies up, I bail them out as well. That mean I lock them and free them. That's how you do, Lupe, and you give them per diem, that nigga's G.
Run that back a little.
Off the market, now you a target. Now let's hit them raps without that sir, homie. I'm talking to you, Tony. But who's Tony? Is it Montana, Mama, Fontana, cheese on the cracker? I live it, wine, cheese, everything that I believe. Ramadan coming starts on June 28th. I get slim, get straight, and that's how we move weight. You see what's so fast that you ain't even catch it. I bring it back, Ramadan, we don't eat, going ratchet. Like I'm working on a car. She love me like I'm working on her heart, but I be back there working on the bars like it's Coyote Ugly on the stand. Man, break out the cam. You should film this, record this. At the Grammy Awards, they reward this. Because I do it with a porpoise, but not a porpoise, cause that's like a whale, I mean purpose, and that's like a tail, never fail. When I do it, when I lock my homies up, I bail them out as well. That mean I lock them and free them. That's how you do, Lupe, and you give them per diem, yeah. My niggas G's and they rock with me.
Per diem, that means per day, right? So if you work for a corporation and they give you per diem, that normally means you're traveling. It's a business expense. So per diem, they might say you get $400 per day that you could spend. So you get to go eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, buy water bottles, Starbucks, fuel up your car. It's for things that you need, everyday expenses. What he's saying is, yo, his boys, he does everything with his boys. And he said, yo, I lock my, when they lock my homies up, I bail them out. Right? He said, that mean I lock them and free them up. And he said, and I give them per diem. So he gives them money to spend per day. It means they're on payroll, right?
I mean purpose, and that's like a tail, never fail. When I do it, when I lock my homies up, I bail them out as well. That mean I lock them and free them. That's how you do, Lupe, and you give them per diem, yeah. My niggas G's and they rock with me. We on the road, they never stop with me. Shout out to D-Boy, shout out to Anthony, shout out to real niggas, Rick Ross, ad-libs, woo, I kill niggas. And proceed. Put seeds in the ground with trees that grow leaves. Shout out to Yeezy, shout out to Barry, shout out to Crespo, my homie Sway looking scary. But you gonna fuck Kanye up when you turn the mic off? Cause I would've did the same thing if that nigga.
You ain't got the answers, right? That was Kanye back in the day. You ain't got the answers, Sway. You ain't got the answers. It's like, bro, calm down, bro, right? And it's just a funny video. We should look back on it, man. Fun, hilarious.
Tried to strike on, but you know, sometimes with trees that grow leaves. Shout out to Yeezy, shout out to Barry, shout out to Crespo, my homie Sway looking scary. Was you gonna fuck Kanye up when you turn the mic off? Cause I would've did the same thing if that nigga tried to strike on. But you know, sometimes you
say something, get bucked, act stupid, get stuck, bro.
Gotta let it breathe, and I know you got the answers, but they ain't got the questions, so you gotta make answers. That means you say the question and the answer at the same time. It's interview shit. If you ain't know, this is really interlude shit. I'm not even dropping hot bars yet. I do this in my rudeness, exclusive. You're clueless. I love Stacey Dash ass exclusive, or maybe explosive. Another dosage. Shout out to Doja out in Philly going.
Stacey Dash, she's best for her role in what was she in Clueless?
Exclusive, you're clueless. I love Stacey Dash.
Yeah, and he said exclusively clueless, and then he rapped Stacey Dash in that. She was in that movie. She's also someone that's gotten somewhat political over the years, but some would argue she's not really that intelligent.
In the lewd shit, I'm not even dropping hot bars yet. I do this in my rudeness, exclusive. You're clueless. I love Stacey Dash ass exclusive, or maybe explosive. Another dosage. Shout out to Doja out in Philly going really with Jazzy Jeff. Now you know this. And now I'm losing steam. I feel good. It's like a dream. Shout out to SZA. Shout out my niggas. TDE Absol album coming on you niggas. We rockin' Tetsuo shit. Mission dropping, we on a mission.org. Oh shit. Oh no, this your focus, the locust, the Lupe, the rap, and mouth.
Yo.
Talk your shit, Sway.
Let's hear it.
You whack motherfuckers. Did you just see that? Did you just see what just happened right there at the top of his game? Grammy Award winning artist, been around the world, music director for the U.S. soccer team.
Yo.
Come on, man.
And I got the most powerful chain in hip hop.
Most powerful chain in hip hop. The Henry Crown Fellowship chain.
The littlest, biggest chain in hip hop.
You can't just get that. You gotta live 4 lifetimes. Yo, man, I appreciate you, homie. That was sick. Yeah.
Yo, shout out to what Lupe brings. There's a lane that he's in. When he's not in hip hop, I think there's a void in hip hop, right? Because that's the beauty about hip hop is, I always say this, not all hip hop is ball fades and Timbs, right? Some of us represent hip hop in a different way. It doesn't mean that we're any less authentic, but I don't wear Timberlands, right? I wear Stacey Adams dress shoes, right? I love my blazers. I love my elbow patches. I love my beard. Doesn't mean I'm any less hip hop just because I look Amish. Come on now. Yo, if you're a fan of somebody that's as lyrically dense as Lupe and you want to continue exploring his work, man, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We do intellectual breakdowns. It's normally not a freestyle off the top of the dome. It's normally something that we have to unpack a lot more because there's references and stuff that we have to go over. But, if you're a fan of intelligent music, don't forget to not just like the video, but subscribe to the channel as well.